I had my blend and my family and everyone was so supportive. They said you should make the brand. So I had to find a manufacturing who was able to help me to make more than just the small bottles of my recipe. So I went to one perfume house in Holland because no other person wants to help me. Because if you are so small, they say, who are you? And we will not help you. So I had to do it myself. It was one person that I'm still very grateful of who helped me out, a smaller fragrance house in Holland. And they helped me out with only 5 kilograms of fragrance oil. That means only, let's say, 300 bottles, something like this. These were all my bottles. In that time, I had a stock bottle, stock glass, stock cap, because there was no budget. So the bottle looked different back then. My grandfather, who was in Egypt he made a tool so I can close the bottles with the machine, because I had no money to make the closing tool. And here's my sister who helps me to fill the first bottle, and my father was helping me as well. And so the brand was born. But at that time, I called it just Fugazzi, not the brand, the perfume. And I started selling it. And I started selling it in a very cool designer boutique in Amsterdam. It's called 4. And they do Vetements, Balenciaga, Tom Ford, name all those brands. And they really liked Perfume 1. That's now Perfume 1. And the owner said to me, I help you. Every Saturday I was in the shop and explaining about the perfume and start selling it. And it went very good. So I get more confidence. And then I did my first trade show. So here, that is the store 4, and they do a very cool stuff. And that was during Christmas back then. So we made like cute packaging with their co-branding, and it was only Perfume 1. So you know Perfume 1, maybe you have smelled, we do after the smelling, but it was just that, one perfume. And with that idea, I want more doors. There's one big group in Holland, like Noos, beautiful shop, beautiful brands, more locations in the country. It's called Skins Cosmetics. And they said, we take the brand. We really like your Perfume 1, but I had no website, nothing. It was just me, my story, and Perfume 1. And they start selling very well. And the brand was born. And they say, you have to make more perfumes because you cannot have one perfume. And then I decided to call the brand Fugazzi. And then the first creation, Perfume 1. I don't like to be like standing yourself for specific things. I mean, the brand is for everyone, but most important for me always to explain is the upper part is like timeless. For me, the brand should be very boring. And what do I mean by boring? The bottle. For me, the bottle should be super boring. Why? It should last for a very long period of time. So I learned in my fashion school always, if you have every year new collections, every year you have to come up with new things, you always want to be on trend. I decided to make a very simple apothecary bottle with the neck, like it's like the vintage bottle you have like oil in. And we just work with colors of the juice. And the marketing behind it, we always go crazy. We always like, and the names. So the names are on like a sugar daddy, and we got like thirsty. I mean, it's all slang for, funny things. So, but most important, some people say, the bottle is quite, simple. But I say boring is important. Because for me, in 10 years, the same bottle should perform. And you don't want to change that. So the packaging is quite minimalistic, the beige. I want to keep that clean. But not in a Nordic way or like minimalistic, it's just boring. So that's always something that's very important to me to say. Inside the perfumes, we always work with the most high-end ingredients. There's no budget in prices for the oil, and we always try to have the highest concentration of perfume oil per reference. You cannot always put the highest concentration because it's not allowed by IFRA, it's called, because it can cause irritation on your skin. But if we can push, we do maximum. So that's like the sandalwood as a base. You smell a lot of spearmint, fresh notes, pepper, red fruits, olibanum. It was actually my creation that was made by luck. I mean, I started mixing and this ended up. Do you like it? Yeah, it's warm. It's some people say like apple pie, right? And in Amsterdam, this is very famous, even in memes. You know the memes, the funny
meme.
Yeah, in Amsterdam memes, that it's like the ultimate date perfume for dating. They use perfume. One is like a signature for Amsterdam young people when they go out, and yeah. So the next one is the Goudh. The name, it's funny. It's if you see Goudh, you say good, right? From like good feeling, nice, good. Goud means gold. You know gold, the material gold, like gold. So gold and oud, in the Middle East, they say oud, they call oud liquid gold. You understand this? This is very important for the name. It may be good to explain. It's like Middle Eastern, but it's not a very animalistic oud. It's a musky oud. So it's a soft oud, and not soft but like intimate, but loud, but very easy to wear and not too male. It's like very unisex for an oud. Next one is very fresh. So normally you do first fresh, but yeah, we started with oud already. So back to the fresh notes again. This is one perfume. I made up the formula when I was in Bali. So I start writing down the ingredients, because in summertime I don't like too sweet perfumes when it's very hot and too sun. So I want a bitter green perfume, bittery. We did it with grass, galbanum. You know galbanum? It's a very bitter, almost a little bit figgy note, but it's bitter green. It's with bluebells and bamboo. It's the bestseller in Italy. So not too sweet, it's not overwhelming sweet apple. It's like a dry base of cedarwood. You smell very dry with a very green note of the galbanum and a little bit of bamboo. I really enjoy it for summer times with hot weather, if you don't want too heavy, but it's still an extrait and it's super performing. After we smell it, I want to show you also with this one a very famous layering combination. It's sugary, but not sugar sweet. So yeah, it's the bestseller in Colombia. Colombia, they go crazy with this. No joke, and I think it's the name, but in Colombia, I think they drink it. I don't know what they do with it, but it's a coffee perfume. Why? What does a workaholic need every day? Coffee. So we want to have a coffee note. It's still a gourmand, but not too overwhelming sweet. You smell like burnt hazelnut. You know that burnt little hazelnut thing? Yeah, I really like it, but it's for really niche perfume lovers. It will not be, I think, the first thing you grab from the brand to show people. It's like more if you're looking for a more gourmand kind of coffee perfume specific, go to this one. I like to keep it in the collection, but it's very niche. It's very niche. And the beautiful thing about this is give it time, because if you spray it on your skin, it will evoke beautifully over the hours. It's getting only softer and softer. So this was because of this perfume, the brand went very viral for me in Europe at least. Because when we launched this, it wasn't during COVID times. Because all the perfumes were very intense and hardcore, strong. We did 16 versions, so quite a lot. Because if you work with very polite ingredients, the balance will be very fast out of control. So we did it basically with pepper and bergamot. And there is some ambroxite as well. Yeah, it's super soft. It stays on your skin like a lot of hours. It will perform. And yeah, this is by far the best seller in the brand. And super easy to wear. Most of the people love Cashmeran. So yeah, by far, if someone want to get to know the brand, show them, in my opinion, first Angel Dust. And I think it's a great start to get the brand, to learn about the brand. So it's really our signature. So yeah, in the market, this is very unique. And yeah, I'm very happy about this one. This opens a lot of new doors for me. So those two are quite molecular, based on Cashmeran. Next one, Orange Crush, is based, maybe you know Eccentric Molecules, the brand, ISO-E Super. This is the key ingredient is ISO-E Super, but it doesn't look like Eccentric Molecule, but the base. So it's super long-lasting, transparent wood, blend with a long-lasting orange. So normally an orange, if you wear many orange perfumes, it's very vintage, like old school, and it's a top note, so it will disappear. Somehow we succeeded with a mix of some of the raw ingredients to create a long-lasting, modern orange. So it's like a molecular orange, and you can super good layer it with any other fresh perfumes. I think for this market it can perform really well. If you like fresh citrusy, Orange Crush will be a killer. I want to show you a very cool combination. So now you have the Orange Crush, keep that with you. I want to show you now Orange Crush together with Sugar Daddy. This is fun. That's super good. And if you want to go out or party, it's like if you walk that way, you smell this. It's constantly like, it's a very weird, and this is just coincidence that it was so nice. It was not meant to be, but many people buy this together.